inspirational story to many people who wish to follow as well. Nama po ba? So because of that reason, I believe that the speakers every week who stands on this stage sharing to all of you deserves a very loud applause to all of them. Because I remember 7 years ago, I believe I'm the oldest here actually. In terms of in Riway na. In age, I'm very, very young, don't worry. Alright? Not available, don't think about it. Clarifying Charot. So, I think I'm one of the oldest here. Why? Because 7 years ago, I remember when we started Riway Philippines, there was no office like this, no events like this, no speaker sharing on stage, no people leading us. It was based on pure experience. And out of the pure experience, we did and made a lot of mistakes to get to where we are today. And when the office opened back in 2016 April, alright, and I remember the first company event in Manila office. Guess how many people?
How many?
Less than 20. Take a look around.
Yeah.
That deserves a round of applause. And because of that reason, just now Cyril mentioned that we just came back from Pampanga, tama?
Yes.
Marvin was there, I was there, Cyril was there, and some of the leaders in this room was also there. And when I went to that event, it gave me a very, very significant picture, which I saw and compared 7 years ago and 7 years later today. What is the difference of Riway Philippines? That the first ever company event in Pampanga, no office, in hotel only, nearly 500 people.
Yes.
First event. And that signifies enough already that this company is already a correct company to be in.
Yes.
Because if the company is not good, or if the product is not good, basically nobody would give a damn about this company, correct?
Yes.
But because over the last 6 to 7 years of development in Philippines, Riway has not only grown a little bit, but the growth itself is exponential.
Yes.
And therefore, because of that reason, a lot of people is starting to know about this company called Riway International. Then because of that reason, for the first timers, why I feel deeply about the first timers is because I was also once like them. And I believe majority of the leaders was also like that. We came here, we do not know here, maybe we were scammed to come here, kidnapped to come here, we were lied to come here. But ladies and gentlemen, all of that is not important anymore. Because the minute you come into this room, you are already one step ahead to making yourself successful. So that deserves a round of applause to them. So I was thinking, what should I share? What should I talk about? Or what should I give everybody a direction of what this company is actually all about? I started 7 years ago without knowing a single thing about Riway. But to be exact, I know Riway 10 years now. 10 years. Because it started from my mother. Alright, so from my mother, then my father, me. Alright, that's the umbrella we are in. And because of Mr. Raymond Tong, the whole Philippines is under him as well. No, he's not here, don't clap for him. Don't worry, later the BDs will report what I know. Alright, so because 7 years ago when we started, I tell you, it was really not easy to even convince a Filipino to eat, at least try 5 capsules of our product. That was that difficult 7 years ago when we started in Davao City. In Davao City. It was very, very difficult. Why? Because over the last 50 to 80 years of history, I mean, I do not know whether you like history or not. To me, I really love history. Last time I don't like. Right now I like. Why? Because history is a lesson for us to learn. Right? And when I take a look at the history in the Philippines, is that majority of the Philippines is that when it comes to networking, it is always negative. Tama? Tama? Very tama. You know why? Because 7 years ago when I started, every single person I talk to, they will tell me, networking cannot do. Networking negative. Your product, how good? I don't believe. How much is your product? Mahal yung product mo. All rejection, all negative, all reasons, just so that they will reject you and do not entertain you. Then I look at today. What have we actually really done or did? Is it because me and Mr. Raymond is good? No. But because this company, Riway International, 15 years ago, created a product that in the market you cannot find and cannot be compete, that only exists in Riway International. Alright? That is number one. Number two, since if the product is really that good, it can help you, give you back your health, make you look more maganda, make you look more guapo. Alright? Like the leaders here, not me, and pangit. Alright? Charot. Marvin asked me to say not me. Alright? So because of that, we think, we take a look muna. If a company or at this opportunity is viable or not, you need to take a look at what has happened over the history in the Philippines. Tama po ba? Why? Because a successful entrepreneurial company, the history is really important. Because a company will not be successful with no reasons. Tama po ba? A company cannot become successful just by selling product. Cannot. Why? Because from day one when Riway started, Riway already knew the biggest asset of a successful company is not having the greatest product on hand. Do you know what is the secret? Ask me what? The greatest secret to success is the asset of people. Asset of people. Why asset of people? Ladies and gentlemen, we take a look today. No matter whether some of you are still in employment, some of you are doing your own business, maybe some of you have been running your own company for many years. We take a look at market muna. Market value. Alright? In the market, no matter what industry we are in, who are we dealing with? People. We sell a product, we deal with people. We do a consultant job, we are consulting people. Tama? When we become a teacher, we are teaching people also. Tama? So no matter what you do, it has to be regarded dealing with people. Right? And because of that reason, people tends to become the hardest animal to be trained and influenced in the whole world. Tama po ba? Alright? Why animal? Because we all come from animal, don't worry, I'm not offending you. But it's true. People are the hardest to be handled. So because of that reason, we take a look. If multi-level marketing is negative, who caused it? People. Tama? If this deserves a round of applause. Can we give Dr. Henry a round of applause? Right? If networking is negative, it's not because it is negative, but because of the people that has overly abused the system over the last 50 to 80 years of history. And that is why majority of us, when we hear this word, not even finished yet, we already say cannot. Tama? That was also me 7 years ago. I may not understand networking. I may not understand what three-way is all about. I may not understand what 30% is. But I know one thing, networking is negative. Why? Because a lot of people say, a lot of my friends say, a lot of my friends fail in networking. That's why they tell me don't join. So the minute when Mr. Raymond Tong and my mother ventured into Relay International, only later I found out it's a networking company. I become more skeptical. I totally don't believe. But back 7 years ago, I was a high school graduate only. I do not have any diploma. I do not have any college holding or university certificate whatsoever. Why? Because I basically don't like to study. You give me a book, I throw the book back to you. Because I really don't like to read, I really don't like to study at all. So because of that reason, after I finished my high school graduate, I do not know what to do with my life. I have no direction. I do not know where I'm heading, what I want, but I only know one thing. I always like to play games, internet games. Why? Because that is the only place I find myself comfortable. Why? Because back then, Raymond is a bankrupt. Financially, my family is not really in really good financial situation. So when you know financial situation is not good, you tend to have a lot of arguments in the house, tama? Alright, husband, father arguing with the mother, mother arguing with the father just because of a simple problem called perak. Tama? And because of that reason, I fall into the circle of addiction of gaming is because inside the gaming world, I can become who I am. But it's a fake world. It's a fake world. I feel like inside the character, I can become who I want to. I can become the multi-billionaire, the richest man in the world. But when you look at life, it's not there. It's fake. It's all fake. So because of that reason, I was offered actually an opportunity to actually venture into Relay, not directly. Not directly, because back then, 7 years ago, when Raymond started in Davao City, he needed a helping hand, an assistant to help him do other table works, jobs, or assisting in OPP, set up everything. He needed somebody. And back then, our financial is not stable yet. Our money is not stable yet. So if hire a PA in the Philippines, it's also not cheap. Mahal. It's quite mahal as well. And because of that, he came back to Malaysia and talked to me and asked me to come to Philippines with him. And I still remember after that conversation, it became a chaotic situation in the family. Why? Because me and Mr. Raymond having Cold War. Inside, when we wake up, we pass by each other, we don't say good morning one. We pass by, we sit on the same table, we only eat but we don't talk one. That was the kind of situation. But how did I actually end up in the Philippines is actually thankful to my mother. I'm really, really thankful and grateful to my mother because of his scheme, his tactics. He know that I needed money because I did not work. Relay is my first career until now. Relay is my first career. So how did I end up in the Philippines is because my mother, after I talked with my father, about 2 to 3 weeks I never talked to my father. My mother came to my room and he said, boy, he calls me boy, alright? What do you think? Your father is waiting for you to go to Philippines. You say yes, he buy your ticket. You say no, he will still buy your ticket. I said, basically that's not a choice. I said, but I told my mother, I said, Ma, you know where we are going or not? Yes. You know it's called Philippines, you know. Yes, I know. Why? You know Philippines or not? Abu Sayyaf, you know. You want me to go die, is it? That's how we talk, I mean, in my family. He said, then my mother replied, no, your father really needed your help right now. Why you don't take this opportunity to explore outside? Maybe you will find something towards your life, you will find a direction towards yourself and everything, but I still say no. So in the end, what my mother did is that he told me that, boy, I know one thing you really need. What is it? You need money, right? Yes. How you know? Of course, I'm your mother. Of course I know. Alright? So if you really need money, why not like this? We come to an agreement. You go to Philippines, you help Mr. Raymond for 1 year, your father, Alright? Every month, I give you 20,000 pesos. Wow! That time, I'm only 22 years old. 22 years old, you work in Jollibee, maybe you don't even get 20,000, tama? Alright? So because of that, when I said, uy, 20,000 oh, then I come, wow, 12 months is 240,000 oh, good money eh. Because why? The agreement is that I just need to go Philippines to help Mr. Raymond Tong. Whether I entry or no entry, got sales or no sales, hindi importante, I will still get the 20,000. So because of that reason, without any hesitation, I said, okay, I will go Philippines. So that's why in 2017, I ended up in the Philippines. But when I started, it was not easy as well because everything was so new, everything was so practically, it's the beginning of building a foundation in the Philippines. And because of that reason, a lot of adversities that I face is like rejection. No? People say can't, people say you cannot, you're so young, you should study more, you cannot do this, you cannot do that, you're so young, you're inexperienced, why should I follow you? And there was a time that I feel like, cannot now, Riway cannot do. Riway is not a correct platform for me as well. Because talaga ang hirap. Because of all the rejections that you receive. But every time when I bring this news back home to Mr. Raymond Tong and I tell him the problems that I face, then you know what his reply is? Continue. Continue, continue, and continue. And because of that reason, every time I continue, it's a step to my heart. Because it's another rejection. But that didn't stop me. Why? Because the more I do it, the more I realize that I become tougher. I become tougher. The more rejection that they give to me, it makes me feel I want to win more. I do not know whether all of you have this kind of attitude or not. Because this is what I learned from Riway International or Riway Philippines. That the more problems I face, the more I want to win. And because of that reason, despite all the rejection when I started, I tell you, I didn't give up. I continue and I continue and I continue. Along the way, how did I was able to entice people? Is because of Riway's this platform. Alright? Why this platform? Don't because it has nothing to do with you, it's me. Alright? Why I was able to do it? Because this platform provided an opportunity for me to influence people, not by changing people, but changing yourself. Because when I started, I am a nobody, a person with no direction, a person who doesn't know what he wants. But the more I soak into the events like this, the more I attend the company events, the more I learn about the company, I started to realize that, hey, Riway, maybe it's a networking company, but internally, what they are doing is exceptionally different from other companies. Why? Because when I came to the event, none of the events talk about money. None of the speakers talk about marketing plan. None of the speakers will sell you a thing, but rather they will share you stories and stories, experience and experience and experience. And because of that reason, it becomes sobrang mesmerizing. Because you will find yourself and ask yourself, how did these people do it? How did these people able to make it despite their situation, and because of Riway, they become someone like this right now? And because of that reason, I started to reflect as well to my own life, and I look at myself. Sometimes at my home, you should try it as well. I give you a tip. You take a mirror and you look at yourself. How ugly is yourself? Alright? Why I do that? Because when I look at the mirror, I'm looking back at my own life. And when I look into it, I said, ayo, talaga ang pangit yung buhay ko. Bakit? Addicted to gaming. 3 days, 3 nights, no sleep. No friends, no direction, don't know what to do. And I only know how to lend out my hand and get pamasahe only from my parents. And because of that reason, I told myself, ayoko na talaga. if I already come into the Philippines, I should at least make something happen. Instead of just sitting down there and wait success to come to you. So the minute I do that, things started to become different around me. Why? Because I started to adopt change to myself. And look at myself, the bad habits that I do. Oh, I always sleep late. So I try to sleep early. I wake up early. Oh, I don't drink water. I try to drink more water. Force myself to drink more water, even though I don't like water. That's why I'm payat yan. Alright? Then not only that, things that I don't like to do, I force myself to do. I don't like to talk to people last time. But right now I like to talk. Because I never know that the minute I talk or any single word that I mention might change a person's life. Right? And because of all these habits that I've gone through, that Riway has taught me to change, I started to attract correct people that wanted to be like me the same way. So, Riway, whether it's an opportunity or not, ladies and gentlemen, it's really up to you to come and venture it and to take a look at it. Because why? Riway provided this platform not because just to earn money, ladies and gentlemen, but because it provided a stage, a system, that this system has been running for 15 years. Alright? And inside this system consists of only one product, one platform, one currency, one payout, one way of doing the business, one stage, one company name, everything is in one system. And all we need to do is just to adopt and learn through this system. Why? Because this system is built to nurture you as a human being so that you can influence more people outside to become like you. That is why for the first timers who are in this room today, you are all blessed. You all know that? Because Riway changed my life because it provided a system that has taught me to improve my life. Not because it taught me how good am I in selling purtier placenta. And that is why Riway becomes so solid and so strong, not because of how good the product is or how good the sales is, but because of the system that has nurtured so many people like in front here, our team elites, our Diamond 1 star, 2 star, 3 star. Can we give them a round of applause? By nurturing these people, they tend to lead people to wanting to have the same result in their own life as well. So, ladies and gentlemen, we come here today, it's not by mere coincidence. Meeting Riway is a fate to all of you. Some people want to meet Riway. If they do not have the faith, they might not meet this company at all, even though they are the richest man or they are very rich in their life. Why? Because Riway is an avenue that only gives to those people who wants it bad enough to make a change in their life. 7 years ago, I wanted to change my life badly. Even though when I started, I do not know anything about myself. But the more I ventured into, the more I know myself, the more I wanted to improve my own life as well. That is why when I come into Riway, or every time I come into events like this, no matter what speaker is speaking on stage, I will listen. Because what some of them did may help me improve my life as well. And because of that reason, today marks a very significant day. Why? Because all of you are able to come here and listen to people who make a change in their life. And by inviting all of you here today, they, deep down from their heart, want to help you make a change in your life as well. Yes. So please give a round of applause to those people who invited you here. So, ladies and gentlemen, whether Riway is for you or not, it is not for me or for the people who invited you to decide. But since all of you are already here, don't waste the opportunity that the people who invited you here today. Why? Because you may not understand fully yet or comprehend what we are actually doing here in Riway at the moment because it's your first time. But every week we have this event to assist you, to help you, to guide you, and to tell you that, hey, don't look at your own life right now. Don't look at your present situation right now. There is an opportunity that can improve your current situation right now. But the question is, would you allow yourself to come and take a look at this company or not? Because if you don't let yourself take a look at this company, or at least venture into this company, you will never know what kind of outcome it can help you make a change in your life. Tama po ba?
Yes.
Because I was like that. I just come here, I was thinking of the 20,000 pesos, thinking get the money, 1 year later go home, bahay, get the money, buy more gaming equipments, continue my gaming. That was what I see 7 years ago. But the more I come, the more I know about Riway, the more I started to find myself clearly. And every time I make a change in myself to improve, and when I look at the mirror, I continue guapo na. Mamaya, you see me pangit again. Alright? Then the more you see, the more guapo you become.
Yes.
Tama? Why? Because you know what you are doing is to improve yourself so that other people who follows you will also be the same. Tama po ba? And this is Riway, ladies and gentlemen. This is Riway International. Riway is not here to tell you that, hey, meron namin isang product. Product namin sobrang galing. Alright? Pero yung price niya, medyo mataas. Pero sa likod yung price, medyo isang opportunity. That this opportunity can help you make a tremendous change in your life.
Yes.
So whether